Hey lovelies, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now I've already tried to film this video like twice already. Well, at least this portion of the video, but for whatever reason the footage keeps deleting and I don't know why, and it's super frustrating. In which case I'm going to be showing you 3 different looks. This is one of the looks. So in which case I use the Natasha Denona Love Palette. This is look 1 of 3 that I created for Valentine's Day for you guys to recreate if you guys have the palettes. Now, I guess let me just run down what I have on my face. I have the Patrick Ta blush cream powder blush palette that came out during the winter sale, so like November, and I'm using the middle duo on my cheeks. That's what you see. I also use the Natasha Denona all over face and body glow in the shade 1, like the lighter shade, for my highlight. I haven't seen anything. Oh, and for my lips I use the Pillow Talk 2 from Charlotte Tilbury as a lip liner and the matching lipstick. That's my mouth. Now for this video I'm going to be doing 3 different Valentine's looks, and the first look I'm going to do will be using the Natasha Denona Love Palette. And let's get into it. I hope you guys like the new background. I think it's cute. Alright. Nice fluffy brush. This is the Morphe M513. Going in with the shade Valentine, this like pinky color right here in the transition area. For the crease, I'm going to go in with another fluffy brush, just a little more tapered. And this one is the Morphe M518. Going in with the shade right next to it, right here. So I use this one first, and I'm going with this one. This one is called Intense. Going back in with the first fluffy brush and no additional product, I'm just gonna buff out the edges. Now with an even more smaller fluffy brush, the Luxie 205. I'm going in with the shade Soul, just right here. On the very outer corner, and then kind of tucking it into the crease. First blending brush again, and just buffing out. Going back in with the crease brush with that crease shade here, very lightly, and just going over the crease. Now for the very most outer corner, I'm just packing on that color. I'm going to use a pretty skinny tapered brush, a little less fluffy. This one is the Luxie 229. Going in with the shade Heartbeat right here. Now for the lid, I'm going to go in with this packer brush, which is the P15 from SL Miss Glam. And I'm going in with the shade Giving. It's pink shimmering color. Now for the inner corner, I'm using a very tiny brush, which is the Morphe M213. Like, it's super tiny. And I'm going with the shade Transparent For the lower lash line, I'm going in with this tapered fluffy brush, which is the Motor Pro shade brush, with the same Valentine color, light pink. Now going with a smudger brush from Motor Pro with the shade Intense right here. Again on the lower lash line. Now, okay, last step for the lower lash line. I'm going in with the shade Heartbeat, which is right here. On a flat angled brush, I'm just going to kind of like stamp it on almost like the rim of the lower lash line, like super close, and only keeping that color from here to about the pupil, and then just smoke it out a little bit, not too much. Okay, I'm gonna throw on some mascara. I'm going to use my Laura Geller Lash Primer with the Anastasia Beverly Hills mascara on. Okay, lovelies, look 2. Did I just go in with a Q-tip and wipe off my eyeshadow and the lip color I was wearing? Yes, I did, because then if I do my whole face all over again. So if it looks a little off or crazy, pretend it don't. Anyways, for look 2, I'm going in with the Dominique Cosmetics Berries and Cream palette. This is actually discontinued. I recently found out, so I believe I discontinued or being discontinued, one or the other. So I'm sorry if you didn't get a chance to get a hold of this, but this is gonna be the palette I'm using for look 2 for Valentine's Day looks. And that's what the color story looks like. The first color I'm going to go in with Soft and Sweet, which is this color right here on a fluffy brush. This is another one by SL Miss Glam. This is the Blend Beauty brush, the L34, if you're interested in purchasing. And I'm going to use this in the transition area. So it's definitely a very light wash color, and I'm trying my hardest to avoid my lashes because, like I said, I already have mascara on. All I did was just wipe off the first look with some Q-tips, so bear with me. I hope this comes out still at least decent looking. I'm pretty sure it will, but again, I'm just blending up that first shade. I mean, building up that first shade and blending it. Now for my crease, I'm gonna go in with the shade Toasted, which is this cool tone color right here in the crease. On a Motor Pro crease brush. Going in with the first brush I have before, and with the same transition color, which was this color right here, and the shade Soft and Sweet. And I'm just gonna go back in that transition area and just go over it real lightly. Okay, now for the outer corner, I'm gonna go in with the shade Cherry Juice, just this color right here. On a Morphe F506. And for the lid, I'm gonna go in with the shade I think I'm going with Cranberry. The shade right here on a flat, very flat shader brush. Using the Luxie 311. Now for the inner corner, I think I'm gonna go in with the shade Sugar Cookie. With a Moda detail brush. This is the shade Sugar Cookie right there. Going back in with that same flat Luxie brush, and I'm just gonna like go over right here on the lid, kind of where the inner corner shade and the lid net. Now I loved how I brought this out a little more. I think it does a little something extra. I'm just gonna kind of blend the two now a little more seamlessly. Okay, I didn't want to cover it up. It came out really, really nice. So I just make sure the two merge so you can't really see where one shade ends and the other one begins. But that came out really, really pretty. Okay, for the lower lash line, I'm gonna go in with a Luxie 209 large shader brush. Going with the first shade right here, which is Soft and Sweet. And just sleep that on the lower lash line. Go back in with this Morphe M506, very small detail brush. And I ain't got nothing to wipe it on. So, whatever. I'm just gonna use my leg. I should have brought a tissue. I don't have any in reach right now. Anyways, and I'm gonna go in with that shade Cherry Juice right here, while mixing in a little bit of Toasted right here. Just kind of like dab in the two. Back in with that first brush, going back in with Soft and Sweet. The same flat shader brush I used for the lid, I'm gonna flip it over to the, you know, the clean side, and I'm gonna go in with Warm Pie, which is right here, and just kind of hit like the outer part a little bit. And back in with that first brush and just blending it. And that is the look. Look number 2. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Now for the lips, I have my lips lined with the Buxom Dolly Danger. And I lined my lips with the Pink Chocolate Too Faced cream lipstick. I don't even know if they still sell these, to be honest. I decided not to do anything with my waterline. I kind of just left it be. I was debating whether or not to use this Urban Decay 24 Eye Glide On eye pencil in the shade Rockstar. But, I mean, you could. It's like a purpley color, which I think it goes well with the berry tones. But I kind of just left it as is. So, stay tuned for look number 3. Hey lovelies! Okay, look number 3. Using the Huda Beauty Naughty Nude palette. Again, I'm wearing the same thing on my face as I was in the last two looks. I got the Natasha Denona Glow, All Over Glow. And what's the shade? 01. What's the shade? Got this as my bronzer, the new Rare Beauty Cream Bronzer Stick in the shade Happy Soul. This thing is constantly selling out. So if you can get it while it's in stock, grab it. Don't walk, run. This is amazing. Oh my gosh, amazing. Tastic Top Blush Palette. I have on the Middle Duo. Now, I just found out that these shades are now permanent in his line. So, if you guys are interested in miss out on the holiday palette, you guys can purchase the shades separately now, which is amazing. He also came out with a new shade along with those shades. So he made those shades permanent and added a new shade, which I have my eye on. I want to get, but we'll see. On the lips, I have my lips lined with the NYX lip pencil in Nude Beige. And then on top, I have this Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip in the shade Wild Berry. Okay, hold on. Trying to grab my brushes. All right, so for the first color, I'm gonna go in with the shade Juicy down here on a Morphe 513. It's kind of a fluffy brush. Okay, that was my transition color. Now for the crease color, I'm gonna go in with the shade Arouse, which is right about that. On a Morphe 518. Going back in the transition area and just buffing out the color. Back with the same crease brush, no additional color. Now for the outer corner, to kind of deepen this up and tucking it into the crease a little bit, I'm going to go in with the shade Naughty, which is down here, with a Morphe 506. Going back in with the crease brush and just buffing. Transition brush, going in with a little more of that shade Juicy, very lightly. Okay, for the lid, I'm gonna go in with a flat brush, which is the Luxie 211. And I'm gonna go in with this shade. I think I may do 2 shades. Let's see. Okay. I'll do something a little bit different. Instead of moving straight into the crease shade, we're gonna start from the inner corner and out. So for the inner corner, I'm gonna put on the shade Flower Power right here. Okay, now I'm gonna take that Luxie 211 and go in with the shade Shameless, which is up here. Now you see I took the first shade from the inner corner to like over here. I'm gonna like merge those 2 colors together a little bit, so like right here and a little bit right here. If that makes sense. Now taking the other side of the same brush and going in with the shade Irresistible, which is right here, and taking that on the rest of the portion of the lid. Same transition brush, no additional product, just buffing and blending. Now for the lower lash line, I'm gonna go in with the shade Juicy again on this Luxie 209s. Now going in with this Motor Pro smudge brush with the shade Arouse. Again, lower lash line, a little closer to the. Now taking a flat angle brush, which is the Moda, it's called a line brush. Anyway, this flat angle brush with the shade Naughty. And keeping that. Going in with that first brush I took before for the lash line, just blending. Now for the inner corner, I'm gonna go in with the shade Tantric down here on a Morphe 213. Now I'm not gonna line my waterline, I'm just gonna kind of leave it nude, natural. Keep the eyes nice and open. I really like this look. Okay, let's take out my hair. Ooh, my hair's looking crazy. But that is okay. Anyways, this is look 3. I think look 3 is my favorite. Just gonna finish that off with some mascara. So comment below your favorite look. I honestly think this one, look number 3, is my favorite. And let me know in the comments below what you guys are doing for Valentine's Day, whether you have a Valentine, whether you're having like a Galentine, an all girls day. Just let me know what you're doing. I hope you enjoyed and have a good one.